to the rotary cutter, and it dramatically changed my entire world. It's changed the quilting industry for almost every quilter that is out there today. Westerly Design, when they designed the ruler foot, they dramatically have changed that way quilters are quilting. Long armers have had rulers for a long time, but our domestic quilters were at a disadvantage. We've never had those amazing products that could advance our skills. I have so many people say that I can't free motion, that I don't know how to do it, that I'm no good at it. Ruler work is not free motion, it's guided motion. I already know where I'm going, and all I have to focus on is just keeping the foot attached to the ruler until I'm at the end of the line. So it's really a big advancement, helping people to make their quilts as beautiful as they want and really changing the level of skill that our domestic quilters are going to see.
Are you ready to take your quilting to the next level? Whether you're just starting or looking for fresh inspiration, the Elevate Box Club is designed just for you. As one of our club members, you'll receive a quarterly box packed with exclusive tools, patterns, and fabric to bring your projects to life. We host live classes every month, plus recorded lessons available anytime on our Sew Study University. Join us every Thursday at 10 a.m. for live inspiration on YouTube. We have a club for everyone. Choose from our Ruler Work Club, our Pattern Only Club, or the Elevate Box Club. Want it all? We also have a Get It All Club, combining ruler work and embroidery collections. Whatever your style and no matter your skill level, the Elevate Box Club is here to help elevate your creativity. We never stop learning together.
Good morning, everyone. It's Stacy with Sew Steady, and we are live here with A Time in Stitches with Anne. And I am so excited with what you have to share for everyone today. So I would love for you to kind of take it away, tell them what they're going to be learning, but maybe even tell them some of your highlights from Houston, because you were just in Houston doing the International Quilt Festival.
Yes, I was.
All right. Well, I'll let you take it away.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm glad to be back in front of the camera and out to all of you guys. I'm still working on, my sister has named this Annie's Garden, but I am open for other names. Right now I'm coming up with like Bartholomew's Garden or Ralph's Garden or whatever, but this quilt needs a name. So Stacy, if you'll be kind of watching and listening, and in a little while maybe you can give me some of the ideas that some of our students have come out with.
I
All
love it.
these have come from our Elevate boxes, the last two of them to be specific. And I just got the other box right before I left to go to El Paso to teach for 4 days and do some presentations. I'm not kidding you. I think, okay, they've done it all. How can they improve on this? How can they do even better? And then I get my new box and I am blown away by what all is in it. And we're going to go through that box in a minute because I want to show you everything that's in that box. So let's talk a little bit about this quilt, and then I'm going to take you around the corner to my sewing machine, and I've got a bunch of other things over there to show you too. So last month, the last thing we worked on was this border, and I added another of the little bumblebees in it. Those are actually put on top of the fabric, and so you have to layer your fabric in such a way. I put my Temple Fuse on my yellow fabric on the back side, and then I put Temple Fuse on the back side of black, and then I layer the two together and I make my bumblebee. I actually lay it on the fabric and stitch it so that everything is stitched down onto that layer of the this edging. I'm sorry. This is going to be my border. So actually lay it on the border and then stitch it all down and then cut it away. And then I iron it after that. And if y'all have not used our Temple Fuse, you are missing a treat. I was using another brand before that. And when I got this, I made a sample and I took it in the house and I threw it in the washing machine and threw it in the dryer. Now, one side of the sample had Temple Fuse on it, the other side had Brand X. When I took it out of the washer and the dryer, Brand X was completely lifted. The only thing that was holding it down were my stitches. And the Temple Fuse side was all nice and flat and everything was in place. The edges hadn't come up or anything. And so I don't know about y'all, but that's the one I want to use on my quilts, because especially if I'm doing quilts for grandchildren or something like that, I know they're going to get washed a million times, and I want that quilt to still look as nice the day that I made it. So I went ahead and finished this out, and what I did was, this is, and we'll go to the middle one because I know that one's probably easier for you to see. And I'm going to step around in behind the camera. That way I can bring you in a little bit closer and kind of give you close-ups of what all I have done on this. So hang on a minute. Okay, so let's move you over to the border. And I'll go ahead and take this off. That way I can just kind of bring you up and down that border. Let's put this out of the way. All right, so this was the embroidery, and this is from the Spinning Ribbons collection. That is an add-on that you can order extra. It's not in the box, but I do have some things that are in the box, so we'll talk about those too. Now this down here, this is what we're going to work on today. That is actually Stacy, you're going to have to help me out. I can't remember what you told me it was. Oh, it's the wreath. It's the wreath. I turned it into a flower here, and I'm going to turn it into a flower again. And this is embroidered. This little guy is embroidered. This is embroidered. This is embroidery. This is ruler work. This is ruler work. This is embroidery. Let me back this off a little bit. This is ruler work. So you can see I combined everything into this quilt, and it's going to get some probably elaborate borders. I have been asked to put a quilt into a show, and so I've got to go ahead and get this in high gear and get this quilt finished up. But that's okay. I'm taking you guys along for the ride on this because I have just had too much fun with this. Here's Debbie Dragonfly. I just created her from the templates that we had in the Q3 box. So you're going to see Q3 stuff in a few minutes. And let's see, let's bring you down here. So y'all have got kind of a good look at what all is going on in this quilt. It has 3 more borders to be finished. And let's see if there's anything new that I have done. Oh, the little bumblebee, I mentioned him a few minutes ago and how I did that. You have to layer him and put him on the top. Now, here is Penelope, the butterfly again, and I haven't cut her away yet. I figured since I will be working so close to the edge, I thought I would go ahead and do all of my work on all of my borders and get my quilt together, and then I would finish with the rest of my cutaway, but only because it's working on the edges and it's going to get handled a lot. So here we go. All right, now I'm going to bring you around my studio and take you over to the sewing machine. So Stacy, if you've got anything to show them for the next couple of minutes while I do that, that would be great, because I have done what they call turn and burn here in my studio, which means in and drop everything off and pick it up
Okay.
and leave again.
Well, then I will go ahead and do that for you right now.
Okay, thank you.
I've always got something to talk about, right?
Yeah.
So they have this really cool new feature in our little streaming application here. And so they allow us to do these QR codes in the top left corner. So I just posted a link to that template fuse because you had mentioned that as being an awesome solution for doing all of your gorgeous template quilting. Some people call it reverse applique, but when you use a ruler, we like to call it template quilting, or when you use a template. So this is that QR code right now. And then also, if you're not one of our Elevate Club members, the club box that Anne is going to be sharing all of her fun with you today in is currently our fourth quarter box. You can get that from any club store in, and around you. If you need to find one, give us a call. We're happy to help you with that. And so I'm going to let Ann take it away. And it looks like you're all set and ready for me now. Is that right?
Ooh, I am, but have I lost you completely? I'm not seeing the screen.
Oh, no, I see it. I see you. You've
Okay,
got,
that's weird because I don't.
oh, that is strange. Yeah, no, you're showing the flyer
Oh, here
right
we
now.
go. Here we go. Yes,
Okay.
let me see if I can bring that up. Yeah, it's just showing. Okay. Well, I guess that's all. That's as good as I'm going to get. So I've tapped it a couple of times. It's not doing anything. But anyway, I wanted to show you. This is the flyer that kind of came out with this box, and they on it. It says it's a $475 value. No kidding. Look at all of the classes and things that come along with this. It to me, it's absolutely amazing. And there it says there's 20 plus classes included. Yes, there are. Plus, you get some additional ones like you're getting mine. And I just think that is way, way, way fun. So here is the box itself. And I have to tell y'all a funny story. The reason mine has my name on it is because I have an assistant that I take with me whenever I go and work and teach, and she handles all of my sales table for me while I'm teaching. Well, she sold my box out from under me. Now, mind you, somebody got it and it already has the stable tape on it and everything. And I asked her, I said, "Where's box? Where's that third box?" And she said, "Well, I sold it." I'm like, "Oh no, that was mine."
And maybe
So,
some used things. You never know.
yeah,
Yeah.
and she said, I said, "Well, I don't know. What are we going to do?" And she said, "Well, I don't know. If somebody comes along and says, 'Hey, my stuff looks like it's used,' I said, 'Well, I guess I can offer to autograph it for them.' I don't know." But I had to get another box. So, and now all of my stuff, my name goes on all of my boxes. I think it's hilarious. We did have a good laugh over it. This is Shadow Dizzy Geese. This is, and I'm just trying to make sure you're in that I've got this in the picture. This is the embroidery that goes along with this particular box. And I'm going to open this up and just pull this out and show it to you because I'm still just blown away. This is everything. Let me see if I can get this close enough. This is what all comes in here. And if you think, "Oh, well, I bet it doesn't cover my embroidery machine." Well, yeah, it does. It's all of these right here. BQM, DST, EXP, JEF, PES, everybody that I can think of is in here. And what's even better is a lot of the machines nowadays you can only size up or down, say 20%. Well, we don't have a problem with that. We've got 3 3/4 inches by 2.5, 5 3/4 by 3 7/8, 7 3/4, 9 3/4, and 11 3/4. I think I can pretty well cover whatever size block I'm interested in working on. Plus, this has all kinds of, here's more. I don't think I even showed you those. There's all kinds of inspiration in the box showing how it was used or suggestions as to how look. You can have that. Let's see if I can get that where you can see it. Yeah. You can have that covering an entire quilt. You can use it as kind of an edge to edge format. So I'm, yeah, I don't know how y'all keep getting better and better, but every single box I get, it ups the game even
Uh,
more. Oh
one of
my.
my favorite new things that we're doing in the box is including the lookbooks. We didn't do that in the first two boxes, and I was like, we're missing the boat here. Like these lookbooks are amazing for ruler work and, of course, embroidery. But yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, and here's one of the lookbooks that she's talking about. And this just gives you even more ideas. It tells you, like, this is spinning ribbon, and spinning ribbon is not included in the box, but you can order it. And oh my gosh, look at all of the things you can do with spinning ribbon. And that, remember the little border that I showed you a few minutes ago? Well, here it is, right here. That's what I'm working from. But I have all of these too, and I'm thinking, okay, I've got a top border and a bottom border still to go. I'm thinking about going with this guy right here. Or maybe this one. I'm not sure yet. I will be playing with them and figuring that out because I have to get this quilt in high gear. And there again, you've got 3 3/4 inches all the way to 11 3/4 inches. I think that pretty much covers it. And then there's cute ideas all throughout. Oh my gosh. And look, she's showing you how you can do it as an edge to edge, which I'm not really good with embroidery yet, but I'm learning. And so edge to edge still scares me a little bit. And it's because we have a class right here in Huntsville that I can go to, but a lot of times I'm working on Thursdays and Fridays when they are doing those classes. So I don't get to go. But look, here's some more ideas. So I'll get there one of these days. They have thread in the box. Would that not, this is a beautiful green shade. That would be gorgeous on a black or even a navy blue fabric. Buttons. Who doesn't love buttons? And they're in the style of, this one is purled wreath and spinning ribbon templates. And then there's another little guy out here too. And I've seen these used on quilts and they are just so cute. You can register your box. In fact, they want you to. And then you can go in and you get all of the free education that comes with this box. There's a thank you for joining our Elevate Club and just gives you a little bit of information about So Steady and their family owned business and good things like that. Here's a guide to what's in the box. There again, that's kind of one of those lookbooks that they talk about. And then this tells you all of the dates of the education that are coming out so that you know exactly when you need to tune in for the additional education. Freestanding lace. These are adorable earrings. Um, and then there's a couple that could be, I would say Christmas ornaments is what I would use them for, especially this one. I got to see that one in person during Quilt Festival. Y'all, Quilt Festival was wonderful. We were busy, busy, busy. I looked down the aisles Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and it was just, you had to weave your way through because it was so crowded. I'm so thrilled to see Quilt Festival back in full swing. Sunday was not real busy, but it was still awesome. And I noticed on that day, that's when a lot of the wives bring their husbands. And I call them the CEOs, carry everything out, because they were buying and having hubby tote everything to the car. So, that's a wise decision right there, I thought. Here is another. This is a Shadow Dizzy Geese miniature quilt pattern. And you get the pieces to make this. They're already pre-cut. And I think Stacy said they're die cut. I'm not really sure. But anyway, they do a fantastic idea with that. I've
Yes,
this one.
I will clarify that really quick, Anne, because we've got
Okay.
an awesome opportunity. We use the brand new pinwheel die that hasn't even released yet by AccuQuilt. It's a Westerly inspired die that they're releasing November 11th, and we pre-cut every single package so people don't have to, we couldn't include the pinwheel cutting set in this box because it would have been more than the value of, what we could afford.
Yeah,
So we pre-cut
absolutely.
it, and then you can use that as your, way to be able to make more dies. We also have paper piecing in there too. So, yes, but we do have an option for you to pre-order the die. If that's something that you're interested in, you can contact us. We are taking orders over the phone for that, and that's going to be an awesome solution if you're excited to do more because you're going to get into it, but we got so many options for what you can do with those shapes, and we've got a really awesome book in there.
Cool, cool. This is a quick gift finish it guide, gives you some ideas of things that you can make. And it also takes you to, places where you can actually go and enroll in the university and run into these fabulous classes that are on here. So, yeah, Shadow Dizzy Geese. And I'll pull this out of the package because I know sometimes this gives you a glare. This is a pattern for this design right here. And I did a little bit of this design while I was at the Houston Quilt Festival. So I'll kind of show you what I did. But look, you get the fabric to go with it too. You get one piece, and I would say this is perfect for a placemat. It's still a pretty good size. And that's folded in half still. So let me open it up even further. There we go. See if I can get that backed off. But beautiful fabric and already printed, ready for you to use. So that comes in with it. Shadow Dizzy Geese. This is actually that pattern for the fabric that I showed you a few minutes ago. And then it shows you how to quilt block number D. And we're going to do these designs today. Actually, I'm going to do them on ruler work because I want you to see really how simple they are. Because I was a little bit intimidated by them when I first saw them. But then when I started playing with it, I'm like, why was I intimidated? Good grief. These are easy. This is wonderful. Here is another pattern. And this is my Nan. And how do you say her last name, Stacy? She may be
Sorry, it took me a sec. It's Nan Pan.
Nan Pan. Okay,
Yeah.
the way I wanted to say it, but I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if that was right.
Mhm.
Anyway, she's got a piecing in the hoop class kit in here that shows how to do all of this, and it's got the pattern included. So, what a bonus. Awesome. We have Pam Varner. She's another one of our educators. Did you want to say something, Stacy?
Well, yeah, I was going to comment on a few. We've got a ton of comments coming in. So
Awesome.
after you're done going through this, we're gonna mention some of those.
Okay. And this is a pattern by Pam Varner. It's Shadow Dizzy Geese, coasters, and picture mats. And you get the pattern in with it. How nice is that? And then Pinwheel Spark. This is a sample book that tells you all kinds of things. Open it so you can see it. Of ideas that you can use. And it also has patterns in it too. And I'll get over to those. Look, it's giving you some ideas of ways you can lay out that quilt block that we had. And in the middle, where did I find that? Oh, here we go. Look, there's a page that you can use, and I would use like marking pencils and color in my design and see how I like it. They've just come up with everything you can think of to make our world an even happier place. We have these new little applique shapes. They're tiny. Look at these. And they go on a pencil, and you can actually draw around your design and use the lines that you've drawn to actually cut out your design if you want to do like a temple on it. So
What's great about that too is
Mhm.
that when you cut it out, it's going to give you a smaller um, uh, seam allowance when you go to
Yeah.
stitch it down. So
Yes.
you're going to end up having an 1/8 inch seam allowance as opposed to a 1/4 inch seam allowance,
Hmm.
which then you can use like the applique stitches on your sewing machine.
Great.
So to be able to do some really cool applique stitches with it too.
Cool. And this is a little gift from Wonderfill. It's a composite spool disc in felt or foam. They all wear out, and here you are. And then you've got the Bound to Fit tool. I don't know about you, but I've always struggled making my binding fit and make sure that I have it cut on a proper angle. This goes all the way up to, there's a 2.5 inch, but it goes all the way up to 3 inches. So if you're making a really deep binding, wow, you've got the tool to do it with. So that's included in your box too. So, oh my gosh, how fun is this? It's my assistant Jenny describes it as Christmas in a box.
I love that.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Well, let me go ahead and give you some of what we have seen. We've got a lot of name ideas coming in. So
Oh, good.
um, we had Garden Party. We
Oh,
have Buzz Bee. We have Wings and Blossoms. And then I got the party started with a few ideas, one including the Elevate Garden, Blooms of Inspiration, the Creative Garden, and Wings and Blooms. So you almost have too many options to choose from
I
now.
do. I love that. Cute, cute. Okay. Something I did not show you from the Elevate box, or you get rulers in here with it too, templates. This is the Pearled Wreath template, and I played with this one last night. I'm going to grab this and show it to you because I'm excited about it. Look at this. Here was the first one that I made, and I just put the row of circles around it, and then I went back and put the circles again, which don't show up in the pattern itself, but you can do it. And then I did it a little bit different way and came back and put 2 lines around the circles. So I'm kind of liking that one really well, and I thought I think I'll have time today. I'll demo that one for you, because I think that one turned out way fun. And then at the quilt festival, I worked on this one, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it really well or not because I used a gold thread. But what I did was use the ribbon, what is it called, spinning ribbon templates for this one, and I just kept expanding it out and expanding it out bigger and bigger. And then over here on the edge, I just kind of did a little, I don't know, it looks to me like the, what was it, ABC or NBC, somebody years ago, whoever had the peacock. To me, that kind of looks a little bit like the peacock off of one of those TV stations from years ago. So hopefully we will get to that too. But I have so much stuff I have to show you. I just am so excited. One of the ladies in the All Brands booth did this for me. This is not from the collection, but this is from Starry Nights. Do you remember Starry Nights? Is that not gorgeous? She embroidered that out for me and then brought it over to me. And I'm just tickled with it. I'm probably going to make a pillow with that. But I just thought it was beautiful and had to show it to you. You can see our embroidery is just really high quality. It's some fine stuff. Okay, so here is the other border that I'm working on, and I'm going to just kind of hold that up close, but I need to make this one look kind of like the other side of the border. But when I get to those top bottom and the top border and the bottom border, I'm going to pull out some of my other different stuff and play with it. So are you ready to play?
I think we're ready to play. We did have a question come in as you were going
Sure.
through the box that I wanted to address.
Okay.
Someone asked what stabilizer we're using for the freestanding lace. And the good news is we actually included the stabilizer in the class kit. So when you get your box, whether you have a ruler box or an embroidery box, we went ahead and give it to everybody. If you don't have an embroidery machine, you can go ahead and gift it because you kind of need an embroidery machine to do a freestanding lace. But we did use aqua mesh stabilizer and then another version of it as well. They have kind of a water soluble stabilizer in most all the lines, but we use the aqua mesh, which I believe is a Floriani. So
Cool, cool. You guys know that I'm working on placemats for my family table. This is from Shadow Dizzy Geese. This is from the collection that's inside the box. And so I just kind of wanted to show that to you. I'm having a lot of fun. Here's another one. That one's from Churn Dash. But anyway, I thought, well, and I've got I don't know, I'm going to do at least 8. But anyway, here you go. So, and you mentioned something, Stacy, that I really liked. Let's say you get the box that has embroidery in it, but you don't have an embroidery machine. What a great Christmas present to a friend. Give them that embroidery. Or
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, there are some really, really cool projects that we put in in the boxes this time, and some of them do require an embroidery machine to do them. So you've got a couple of bonus gifts, guys.
yeah, and I thought, you know what, my guild, we're having a Christmas party in December. Wouldn't it be fun to put the embroidery in there as one of the gifts for one of my friends or something? That would be way cool. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to just work on this piece of fabric because I already kind of have that out here and we can use it. I say we can. Yeah, we will. We're going to use that. And I'm going to use the Pearled Wreath template. And I did not get it drawn out. So give me a second. My 8-point crosshair because I need 16 points on here. So Stacy, tell them something fun while I grab that.
Come back to you here. So as Anne's grabbing her thing there, I did go ahead and I think I answered most of the questions. Oh, here's one thing that I wanted to mention. As Anne was sharing that lookbook and showing off all those amazing designs in the spinning ribbon, almost every single design in that spinning ribbon lookbook you can make with your rulers, guys. It's a
Exactly.
ruler inspiration book if you don't have an embroidery machine or the collection itself. So get inspired with what you can do with just those 2-piece rulers. Now you can't make every size, but you can make every design, which is really cool.
Yes. Okay, so let me get some lines drawn on here. This needs 16 lines, so let's get that done. And all I'm going to do is just move my template over just a little bit to catch all of the rest of these. Give me a second. I do need that center line. That's what's throwing me off right here. So let's do that. Now I'm ready to move this over and get the rest of my lines in. I don't know if y'all have the 8-point crosshair ruler yourselves, but if you don't, oh, this is one of the best investments I ever made, was getting that 8-point crosshair. I use my 6-point some also, but I use the 8-point way more. Okay, so have those drawn out. I do have my machine threaded with a bright gold thread, so you'll be able to see that really, really well. So let's move you over here. I don't know why I'm only getting part of the picture. It's crazy. Let's see if I can move you down where, oh yeah, I think you'll be able to see that pretty well. It has a little centerpiece in it that you need to remove, so I've done that. And I need to put a thumbtack in it, and I should have already had this ready. Shame on me, but I was, I guess, busy doing other things. Go figure. All right, so I want my thumbtack right here in the center, and there's a couple of ways to do this. I'm going to go ahead and do it the old-fashioned way, which is put a hole all the way through on the top side, and that comes through to the back. And I don't have any back fabric back here, but that's okay. And then I'm going to bring it around to the front. And let's get this on here. If y'all have not been to the Houston International Quilt Festival, you've got to come at least one time. It is so amazing. There are so many booths that you can shop at. They have all of these wonderful quilts that you get to come and see. And it's just, Jenny and I got to walk the quilts one morning, and they were 2 mornings actually, and they were fabulous. Here, just over the top. Okay, so here we are. I've lined up. This template has an A and an A1, a B1, and a B. I'm going to stitch from A all the way down to B, and then I'm going to come back and stop on A1. So let's get that going. So always drop your ruler foot in the middle of the opening. Don't drop it close to the edge. You never know. You don't want to break anything. And I'm going to needle down, needle up, and bring up my bobbin thread. Do that every time. And you can bring it up with your fingers like I just did, or there's a way to also do it I forget what it's called, but anyway, Donnell does it, and it's a great idea. All right, so I'm ready to stitch from A. I'm doing my 4 tiny stitches, and then I'm moving on. Come back. Uh-oh, my bobbin's acting ugly. You know what? Let me see if I can keep going with it. Yeah, I can. And I want to stop on that A1. I can also stop actually here. Get something to point with. I could actually stop right there if I wanted to, but I kind of like this little bit smaller version of this. Let's get this cut and out of my way. And then all I'm going to do is move my template. Let's get this where you can see it over to where A hooks back into A. And then that's going to bring this all over and around. And then I'm ready to start and come all the way to B. And then I stop again at A1 right there. Perfect. I'm going to slide it again, and I'm working on a small piece of fabric, so of course I have the luxury of moving everything around, and I recommend that you do it that way whenever you're working on small fabric. Bring your work to you is what I'm trying to say. It's a lot easier to see and a lot easier to work with if it's, yeah, my bobbin's acting up today. Could be because I'm working on batting in the back. Who knows? But it'll still make a pretty design on the front. Stop on A1. Keep moving. And I'm lining up every time. There we go, right there. I've got my lines. I've got my thumbtack right there, so I'm able to line up with all of my lines, and that just helps a whole lot. That's something that Leonie West, when she was designing these for us, that's something that she thought of that we would need, and she makes these designs just work so easy. Design is coming along nicely. I like this. You know, when you go to Quilt Festival, it's like old home week. It's like homecoming. You get to see people that you only maybe see once or twice, maybe in a lifetime, really. And then you get to kind of reconnect with them, and it's so much fun. Some of them have been students. Some of them have just been people that I've met along the way. Some of them have been people that I've worked with. And it's just so much fun. All right. I am going to have to take this loose and find out what's going on with my bobbin. So Stacy, take it away for just a couple of minutes and let me fix this.
Okay, not a problem, Anne.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that maybe we could go ahead and answer a few more questions,
Sure.
and then we can go back to and get some more votes on these names. I
Okay.
don't, I was kind of thinking maybe we should give something away today because sometimes I just like to give things away.
Yeah. Idea.
And so, with your project being like so template focused,
Hmm.
I thought maybe we should give away a roll of template fuse.
I love that idea. I
That
love
would be kind of amazing. So what I'll do is I will have you guys comment on this, and then we will go ahead and pick a winner after like on Monday, because then we'll give some people that couldn't join live a chance to comment. But what you have to do is you have to tell us what then we should name the quilt. So we're going to list out the names so far, and we're going to just have you guys vote on your name. Does that sound good? Because then you're not gonna get, like, a ton more options, Anne.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes, that's yeah. And let me just tell you on that template infuse, I have
Yeah.
friends that do oh applique work, not necessarily ruler work, but applique. They order like several rolls at a time. And the other night, I've got a class coming up that has 11 students in it. And I ordered, and I have two shows in between. I ordered at least 20 rolls. And I'm sitting here thinking, I hope I ordered enough.
Oh, wow. That's
That stuff is
incredible.
popular. It's very
Yeah.
popular.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna list out the names so far. So we've got, the Elevate Garden.
Hmm.
We have, um, the Wings and Blooms. Um, and we've got vote for your favorite name. Vote for your favorite name for Anne's quilt from the boxes.
It says, yes.
Boxes. So we
Yeah.
have the Olive Garden, we've got Wings and Blooms, and we've got the um, Wings and Blossoms. I do absolutely love how you've incorporated the bumblebees and butterflies and all that fun into this. Um, we have, let's see what else. We have Buzzbee. That's cute.
Does be
Um,
cute.
and the Buzzbee quilt. Um, and garden party. So, Anne, correct me if I'm wrong, but you already had an Annie's garden.
I don't have Annie's Garden. I had something else, but I'm just not really crazy about the name Annie's Garden. I had Annie's Sampler.
Okay, Annie's sampler. Thank
Yeah,
you.
my
I was
nickname.
like, I felt like we had another garden at it, on something you created
Well,
because you do like your garden parties, okay?
we had Artisan Garden. That's where the other
Oh,
one is.
that's what it
Yeah,
is. Okay,
yeah,
I knew that there was a garden
yes.
somewhere in there. Perfect.
And I just, I just thought Annie's Garden. No, I don't really want to do that.
Yeah, I love it.
Sorry, Belinda. That's my sister. She came up with that name for me. But
Sorry,
yes,
Belinda.
sorry, sis.
Okay. So I just posted it. So here is what we're going to be voting on. Win a roll of template fuse. Vote for your favorite name for Anne's quilt.
Yes, thanks, guys. Yeah, I would love help in naming this because it's just so fun.
Okay. So Simply Fuse is really, really easy to use too.
Oh my gosh.
I used it quite a bit on a quilt that I had created. Okay, so we had a question. Somebody said, "What is the ruler and size? Can it be bought separately, not in the box?" Yes, it can be purchased separately. So the ruler that you're using right now is called the Pearled Wreath, and that is available on our So Steady website. It can be purchased separately. But here's a little tip. The cost of the Pearled Wreath ruler is, I think it's $30.
I think so.
The cost of the box is 75. So you're
75,
getting
90.
uh-huh, you're getting a lot more.
Oh,
Oh, if you're a member, you have to be a subscribing member to get
yeah.
the 75 price. Yeah, you can buy the box independently for 99 from any of our club stores.
Yeah.
Or you can sign up and then you
Yeah.
can pay 75.
Does the
So
75, does that include the embroidery?
no.
Okay.
No.
Tell them the
With
price
with
of that
the
one.
embroidery, the cost for the club box is 105, and then you
One of-
get the embroidery collection with it. So 75 or 105 with the embroidery.
But
Oh,
I'm
are
telling
you
you.
back? I'm sorry, Anne.
Yeah, I'm
I
back.
forgot. I should have been putting you on this screen then.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's kind of giving me a minute to catch up. And you have
Okay.
plenty of good things to tell them that, they need to know about.
Yeah. We're getting a lot
Yeah.
of wings and blossoms and wings and blooms.
Wings and
People are,
blossoms, wings and blooms. Ah, I like them.
I do too. I think that's great.
Okay, this design, part of it is almost finished. Oops, I went too far. That's okay. All I have to do is just stitch back. Okay, I have one more bloom left to put on. I love this. And then do 4 tiny stitches. I'm going to go ahead and take this off because I will be through with it. But look at that design. Is that just fabulous? And it looks really good in embroidery, but it looks just as good with the template also, I think. And let's see, I'll bet I have, no, that's not it. Oh, it's the other side. I bet I have room to add this little guy on here too. Let's just take a check and see. Yeah, actually, it's going to come in just below this design right here, but I'm okay with that. This is a practice piece that I'm working on. So let me show you how you use this guy. It was, like I said, a little bit intimidating in the beginning, but it's like, no, this works perfectly. So I have put it on here, and it's on my thumbtack right here, and you've got a pinhole for it also, and you've got these little lines. I'm going to move this over here so I can point out these lines to you. You have these lines here that kind of line up with the lines that you have already drawn in place. The ones I drew in a few minutes ago, in fact, is what we're going to use. Now, I'm going to put this on. Give me a second to, yeah, there we go. And then I'm going to line it up. And all I do is line up the lines that I have right here and right here. All I do is line that up. And then I'm going to go in and drop my presser foot, my ruler foot, in the middle of all of that. And then I'm just going to start stitching. Let's go right here, down, back up, bring up my bobbin thread. Always do that. Come back in the middle. Oops. All right, and then I'm just ready to start stitching around. So I've got everything lined up. Did my 4 tiny stitches, and I'm going to come right along, stitch to the other side where I'm going to stop right there where that drawn line is. It's right in here. I think you can see that pretty well. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut this thread and get it out of my way. Like I said, this is a practice piece So it's not going to go into anything. Then all I do is slide my template over and line back up again, just like that. See if you've got that in close where you can see it. Yeah. That's going to make that cute little circle. And then I'm going to stitch over to the next one. Stop on my drawn line, and I'm going to slide my template just like that and line up the lines again. Now I have staple tape on both sides of this because I thought I would be flipping something over. Not really. You can if you want to. I could actually make the design for the spinning, what is it, the wreath. I could actually make that wreath go in the opposite direction if I flip my template over. So just there's that idea if you need it coming around more. And here goes my machine again. What is up with that? I sewed all day yesterday and didn't have a single hiccup, and today she wants to act ugly. Shame on you, machine. See the design that's coming along? This one's a little bit stretched because it's my machine was cutting up. But we'll get some more done and you can see what's going on. See the line, the circles that are coming along? I love that. They have this same design in embroidery also. If you decide you want to go that route, it's pretty cute. Here we go. I love what Kate says about ruler work. It is guided for emotion, and that is so true. Before I started doing ruler work, I was doing free motion work, and I never could get the perfection that I was looking for. And when I was able to start using rulers, I got the perfection that I was looking for. Okay, almost back to where we started from, but we're going to take it a step further. And put a second line and purls in. Okay, I'm going to lift this kind of so you can see what we have. That's pretty cool, I think. But let's take it a step further. I'm going to move this over and I'm going to line up my lines again. And this time I'm going to focus on having, wherever I'm working, I'm going to use this center line to kind of line up with. And sometimes you have to tweak this just a little bit. So I'll let you know when I am tweaking it. Well, here we go. And sometimes they're going to run over the top of themselves. That's okay. I don't mind it at all when it does that. And usually in the design, whoops, guess what I did? I didn't go from the top, I went from the bottom. So let's back up here. Whoops. 'Cause I was going to go around the top, wasn't I? It's funny how you kind of get used to going in a certain direction, and there you go.
So, Anne, I had a quick question.
Sure.
What point are you lining your ruler up with as you're deciding, where to move it to?
Okay, good question. There are 3 lines right here. 1, 2, 3. I'm taking that center one and just kind of coming over to the center. I don't know if you can see this
Oh, I
one.
see it. Yeah.
See it? Okay, that's
Yep.
what I'm lining up with.
Okay, cool.
Good.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is a really cool design. And I love that you're, kind of bordering both sides of the pearls. Um, and it's amazing all the things you can do with these templates, but sometimes you do need the little tips and tricks to get them there.
Yes, and you know what? Ask Ralph and Bartholomew and Penelope. Well, Penelope was actually from the original design, but Ralph and Bartholomew were not. They were just, added on. They were just kind of something that came out of my head.
Perfect.
And kind of, these are a little bit messy. Sorry about that. Usually I do a much better job. But
Well, let's
at
just be
least you
honest.
get
You
the
wouldn't be able to
idea.
do that freehand and make them look
Oh,
perfect like that. So you're
oh,
doing
no.
amazing.
Yeah, no, I tried freehand circles. That won't be happening again. And I'm actually moving this over a little bit years ago, and that's actually how I got started in ruler work. Everybody was I was trying to make free motion circles, and they were a mess, and they were going on a show quilt. And
Mhm.
then I came along with the starter package, the sampler set, and was able to make 2-inch perfect circles. And from there, ordered all of the rest of the circles because I just think they're that cool. So yeah, that's actually how I got my start with rulers. It's because of that circle. You see, I'm adjusting just a little bit because I want to get really on top of that circle. But that's something that you will play with. And in fact, I would really suggest that you get out your drawing disc and maybe draw out this design a little better because I'm just kind of making it really kind of on the fly today just to show you. The one I did last night was much better than the one today. Oops, I went too far. All you have to do is back up a stitch or two, and then come right along to the next one and line up again. So they've made this really easy for us to do. Okay, I'm almost finished. And I skipped a couple of them, didn't do them quite right. So we're going to go in and just kind of fix that. And then I can kind of show you. It's going to be messy, guys. I'm sorry. But at least you get a concept of something that you can do. Okay, let's take this off and show you the design. And of course, you can bring your bobbin thread up like we typically do. Oh, that brought it up that time anyway. There we go. Now I'm going to move this over so you can look at the design.
Oh, I love it, Anne.
Even though it's messy, it's still cute and you still get the idea of what we were doing.
Yeah, it is such a great design. So that design right there is a variation of what we is in class kit D. And
Yes.
there was a question that came in about class kit D, and that, that it was potentially should have included a panel. And it kind of read that way. So I do apologize, guys. But we actually included the pre-cuts for you to quilt the design that's in class kit D onto. So that's the pre-cuts to make the mini quilt. We did that class yesterday with Melissa, and that is a variation of that design that Anne's just created there. So Anne, we are officially at an hour.
Yes.
Um, we
So
do
what's the name of my quilt?
Oh my goodness. Well, if you want, people are still voting. We were going to give them through the weekend to vote, and then we'll pick a
Okay.
winner for the Temple Fuse. But I will tell you right now, the leader is definitely the Wings and Blooms, or Wings and Blooms is the leader right now. I
Okay.
did leave off one. I apologize. I'll make it more official when we close out the live and post this, because I will add pollinators garden. That was
That is
something threw in, which was pretty cute.
that's
Uh,
cute. That's cute.
so we wanted to make sure to get that in there for sure. Um,
And you were,
uh,
but that
yeah.
was concept for that quilt because I was thinking, we so desperately need to have plenty of pollinators in,
Oh, we do.
all over the world really. But I had even my husband grows a garden every year, and I suggested to him recently, I said, you wouldn't have to really work them, but you ought to put a beehive out there.
Oh,
Just leave it there,
yeah.
but make sure you have plenty of pollinators out there.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Oh, that's a great idea.
So
Well,
yeah.
make sure to check out the post. Well, I will be kind of finalizing the post details on our So Steady Facebook to enter to win, but you guys are all entered already. Don't worry. And we'll be picking a winner after the we get this, kind of sharing with people through the weekend. So keep an eye on that. We'll be reposting the winner there, and we'll let you know who that is. So thank you guys for joining today. Did you have anything else that you wanted to share, Anne?
Well, I just wanted to tell them if you have not ordered your fall Elevate box, please do. They are wonderful. I'm
Yeah.
I'm just thrilled every time we get a new one and I get my box and I can start playing. Oh wow.
Ah, I love it. Well, I appreciate you sharing that, Anne, because we are having so much fun with it. I was going to share with you, you're showing off that cute little button. Well, I did something new with that button the other day that I'm, kind of proud of. I have never used the buttonhole foot on my sewing machine, and it was so cool. So I use the buttonhole foot to not only create my buttonhole, but also to sew down one of the buttons in the box. And it was so cool.
I have heard that you can do that. I've not done it, but I hear people doing it all the time.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is the easiest thing I've ever done." So, I definitely encourage you, if you haven't tried that before, give it a shot, and use your buttonhole foot, because I watched a 5-minute YouTube video, that was on there, and I was able to do that super, super easily. And you know what I ended up turning? I actually took that practice panel that is inside of the box, and I turned it into a little holiday pillow.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Those are nice panels.
Yeah, and it was, like, perfect, because then you've got this really fun little, I mean, I would say it's like 12 by 18, so it's kind of a long elongated, but
Hmm.
so fun, so easy, and I used a button in the box to do just a really simple envelope back closure. I grabbed an extra piece of white fabric, and voila, got my holiday pillow. So
Absolutely perfect.
excellent. Well, just some fun little ideas of what else you can do to enjoy your box and do more with the tools in it. So, Thank you so much, Anne. I can't wait to see how this quilt turns out and the name of it.
So that was fun getting everybody involved in the name. I like that idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Oh, someone said, "How do you get the fabric that Nan used for her pillow?" Well, Nan's in Sweden, so I'm not sure we can get you that fabric, but I can definitely find out where she got it from and see if there's an option onshore. So I'll certainly ask. She had some pretty cool fabric in her pillow project. That's one of the projects that is part of the box, where she did the piecing in the hoop. I don't know if you noticed that project, but was one of them you showed today. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you again, everybody. And yeah, get your Elevate box if you haven't already. There might be an opportunity for you to bring some quilters into your life and have them enjoy the box with you as we get into our Black Friday specials. So
Ooh,
we don't, we close out our options. We only do the subscription twice or once a quarter for 2 weeks. So there might be an opportunity to get some for your friends and family maybe during Black Friday. I'm just kind of teasing that right now. So,
what a fun idea.
yeah, but excellent. I will be announcing the winner and then the official name of People's Choice. Now, Anne, you still get the final say, okay? But the
Okay.
People's Choice name for Monday and the winner of the Template Fuse.
Well, I think that sounds great.
Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll look forward to sharing that on Monday.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.